Hello, it's Brian from Ieltskills.com. Welcome to another video in our series of mock tests. Of course, if you are enjoying these videos and finding them useful, please do hit like and subscribe so that we can keep on making more of these great videos. Now, last week we looked at family and friends, and of course the person that's helping me to make these mock test videos, Tang, my best student from Vietnam, is now studying in the UK, and she is back today to help me with the second topic in this series, which is children's names and childhood memories. So don't forget that there will of course be an analysis video that I will make to cover the vocabulary, the phrases and idioms, of course, which are really important in IELTS, and that will be coming very soon. So watch out for that, and let's get on with today's questions. See you soon. Do children's names matter?
Yes, I think they are important because it's something that your parents gave you, and it's something that people will remember you by. Your name will stick with you for the rest of your life, so I think it is important.
How did your parents choose your name?
So as soon as my parents knew of my gender, they selected a few girly names, but then they decided to go with Thanh Vân in the end.
And does your name have any special meaning?
It literally translates into blue clouds, but actually a very fun fact is that I share my name with a very famous Vietnamese actress who starred in the latest Star Wars movies.
Oh wow, that's interesting. And is your name common or unusual in Vietnam?
Well, of course there's that really famous actress that has it, but I would say it's quite a rare name because I don't really know anyone that has that name, like among my friends, so yeah, I don't think it's a popular name in Vietnam.
And if you changed your name, what would you change it to?
Well, my name is quite important to me and I'm quite happy with it, so I don't think I would change it. I mean, my parents gave it to me, so it means a lot to me. I probably wouldn't change it.
Okay. This is your cue card.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
you.
Now, just please make your notes. You've got 1 minute.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. You can begin speaking, please.
So, even though I have a memory like a sieve, I can still vividly remember the day that my mom first took me to school. I was in my early years. I was about 3 or 4 years old, so quite young. So it was an early morning. My mom woke me up so early that I can remember feeling quite annoyed at her. Yeah, because we start school quite early in Vietnam, so that's why around 6 everyone is up and running. So my mom dressed me up, she gave me breakfast, and she even tied my hair for me into 2 little braids. I remember feeling quite excited putting on my new uniform. It was the first time I have a uniform, so it's quite exciting. And then she drove me to school on her Honda motorbike. She had me in a little stool in front of her. Looking back on it, it probably wasn't a safest thing to do with a 4-year-old, but it was quite common in Vietnam. I knew a lot of my friends, parents who did it as well. Yeah, so she was just driving me to school and she was telling me about her experience at school on her first day. And I didn't feel nervous or anxious or anything. I remember feeling quite excited actually and quite happy to go to school. I think the presence of my mom kind of calmed my nerves, and I just felt so safe being with her. And the reason why I still remember it is because we still have that motorbike in our house, and my brother is using it to go to university now. And I would often look at it, and it would just bring me back to that first day going to school, sitting in a little stool in front of my mom. It's just a great memory. It brings me back great pleasure whenever I look back on it. I think having great memories is so important because it just makes you a happier person.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Do you think that people can be permanently affected by negative childhood memories?
Well, I think it's a likely possibility that unpleasant or even traumatic childhood memory that we experience as a child can affect us for the rest of our life. For example, if someone had a quite unpleasant childhood memory, they might feel insecure about forming relationships with other people. And that's quite sad because I think relationships kind of are important in our lives and we need that.
And what do you think it means to live in the past?
I think it means to unable to move on from traumatic experience, or it could mean that you're unable to let go of fond memories that you've experienced in the past. And it's really difficult to live in the past because that means that you're missing out on what's happening in front of you, and that's really sad.
And do you think parents ever spoil children to make their children happy?
I think nowadays a lot of parents overindulge their children by giving them whatever they want, thinking that that will make them happy. But I think those children will just end up being spoiled brats when they grow up, because the parents are just giving them a false sense of entitlement, and that's not really good.
And lastly, what is more important for a child's happiness, many toys or many friends?
Well, I think they are equally important, but I would say friends are more important slightly because, you know, by having someone around your age and talking to them, it will just make you feel like just not alone, I guess. When you're playing with your toys, you're just by yourself, and that's really lonely.
Well, thank you, Tang, that was a great test, and I'll certainly have a lot to go over there in the analysis video. So
Okay.
thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.